Hey, church family, wanted to give you an update on what's going on currently in the United Methodist Church. As many of you are aware, we were supposed to have General Conference later this year. Unfortunately, General Conference has been postponed yet again, and it won't take place until 2024. I, along with many, were disappointed with this decision to postpone General Conference. And the reason I'm disappointed is because we were supposed to be voting on a resolution called Reconciliation and Grace Through Separation. The purpose of that resolution was to allow the different factions within the United Methodist Church to basically kind of leave and go their separate ways, and for us to bless each other even as different groups decide where they want to move forward. But since this has been postponed again, we don't expect this to take place. We're not sure. But immediately as the church was announcing that General Conference was postponed again, the Global Methodist Church announced that they were going to be launching their new denomination starting May 1st of this year. And the Global Methodist Church is going to be a new Methodist denomination. It will be more orthodox and traditional and conservative in its theology. And so with these announcements of the postponement of General Conference, the starting of the Global Methodist Church, there has been a flurry of activity going on in the conference office and in many of our churches. As we kind of try to discern what's next, I, along with several other Methodist pastors of the largest churches in our conference, recently met with the bishop to try to discern how we move forward as a conference. And there are several of us that are looking at different options. And there seem to be kind of two options that we're looking at as a conference. First, the Council of Bishops has asked the Judicial Council to rule on whether a conference can leave as a whole. If you don't know what the Judicial Council is, think of it like the Supreme Court of the United Methodist Church. So we're waiting for their ruling. If they rule that a conference can leave as a whole, then it's our anticipation that the Northwest Texas Annual Conference will vote to leave the United Methodist Church and join the Global Methodist Church later this year. If we don't receive that ruling, then we anticipate that churches will begin to kind of disaffiliate from the United Methodist Church individually, but en masse later this year, and join the Global Methodist Church. Our Bishop Jimmy Nunn just yesterday had a webinar to kind of talk about these changes and things that are going on. I'd encourage you to watch it. It's found on our conference website. We'll link it in the comments below. And our conference office will also be sending out a lot of information in the coming days and weeks and helping us as a church and all of our churches to discern how we indeed move forward. I would encourage you to go to the conference office, look up at the top. There's a tab that's called Transition Team, and it has a lot of great resources there that you can learn more about what's going on. I would also encourage you to go to the Global Methodist Church's website. When you go there, you can read their transitional book of doctrine and discipline. It would be our new book of discipline if we chose to leave the United Methodist Church and go and join the Global Methodist Church. There's a lot of great resources on that website. We'll link it below as well. But over the coming months, we'll also have several opportunities to talk about what's next, how we're going to move forward as a church. I want to answer your questions. Feel free to reach out to me. Probably a lot I still don't know, but we'll walk through this together. But until then, I really would encourage you to be praying for the church. Pray for the United Methodist Church. Pray for the Global Methodist Church. Pray for our conference. Pray for our church, and begin to pray for each other as well. This isn't easy. These are not easy decisions we're making. These are important decisions, but they're not easy. I've been a United Methodist my whole life. Grew up at Central United Methodist Church in Dalhart. began kind of my call to ministry at First United Methodist Church in Lubbock, Texas, was a part of Centenary United Methodist Church in Kentucky, and I've served 3 churches since I've been ordained and have been blessed to be here for almost 11 years now. I am United Methodist, and I have devoted my life to this church. So I would encourage you to pray for us. I hate that these divisions are happening in our church. I hate that we're in this season, but I do know this: God is with us. God will guide us through this. He will direct us as we look forward to our future. He'll never leave us or forsake us. So I'm confident, again, that God will guide us as a church individually and as a conference. And it is my hope that as a conference we leave together, that we seek to join this new denomination, the Global Methodist Church. But until then, continue to be in prayer for each other and support one another, and pray for our leadership as we discern what's next. God bless you all. Thanks.